Things have been going relatively well for us since moving across to Ebbsfleet. We've obviously won a few games, got ourselves out of the relegation zone, and then Ethan Walsall returned from injury, which is perfect because it's the first time that our starting centre-back pair have been together. Very next game, Jake Grant and Ethan Walsall both got sent off, taking us down to 9 men, and we've been struggling for centre-backs since. What's happening, guys? Hello and welcome to Season 3, Episode 7 of Unknown to Icon. We've got some big matches coming up today. We're going to play 2 games in today's episode. We're going to play against Maidstone away in the replay for the FA Cup first round. And then we're going to play Enfield Town, I believe that is. It is Enfield Town in 7 days in the Vanarama South. We've had a bit of a rough couple of games since you were gone. We'll just have a quick look at them before we move on. As you can see here, we unfortunately haven't got anything other than draws and losses in our last 4 appearances. Obviously, in the last one, you would have seen the result from having a Waterlooville game. Then we did play against Maidstone. That was a pretty good result given the situation. But this one against Dulwich Hamlet, we went into the game and I really thought we were going to be able to do something here. At least at the start of the game, we seemed to have the upper hand. I'll just show you what followed that. We were playing all right. We got a goal in the 29th minute from Ryan McLean, which I'll show you in just a second. He had a cracking game, by the way, as well. 7.2 off of the left wing. And then Jake Grant and Ethan Walsall. Ethan Walsall had just come back from injury. So it was good to have those two playing together. Grant gets sent off. Not the end of the world. We can kind of work with it. Took one of the strikers off. Took us back down to obviously having 4 at the back and 1 person up top with 10 men. We could have lived with that. At the 45th minute, for some reason, Ethan Walsall thought it would be a great idea to double foot challenge somebody from behind as well, just obviously showing that he's as capable as Jake Grant. Idiot. So he got sent off, and then that left us in a position. Somehow we managed to hold on for a draw, so they did end up getting a goal, which was a bit of a frustrating one, really. But we somehow held out for that, obviously, 1 point that we got there, although we did start to get battered in the second half in terms of XG. As you can see, it was squeaky bum time in terms of holding on. But let's have a quick look at the goals. Here we go then. This is the first one. Grant back to Walsall. These two lovely playing together. Wesley jumps up, heads it down. McLean. What a finish into the top right-hand corner. Was a lovely goal from him. And then their goal was a bit of a frustrating one in the 65th minute. Ball comes across, almost gets to stop his man, and Carver literally just accidentally runs into it and it goes in. Don't even think that it was an actual attempt on goal. I think for some reason our defenders just didn't want to put their foot on it. And he did, and just accidentally fell his way into the goal. So that was the game against Dulwich Hamlet. Our next game, as you can see, unfortunately, we did lose 1-0, which was disappointing. It was away from home. Truro were favourites. So, you know, not too much that you can do there, but I just expected better from us. We actually played all right. 11 shots, 5 on target. We seem to have actually the better half of the ball, in a sense. We had more possession. You know, we didn't have as many shots as they did, but more shots on target from what we did have. Joe Wesley and Ryan McLean had absolute shockers of games, unfortunately, on the left-hand side. Complete contrast to the game prior against Dulwich Hamlet. And then, we did concede in the 48th minute. So we'll just have a quick look at that one. So, yeah, Thomas comes up the right wing, stops, turns inside. Pask near enough loses the ball there. We get a foot on it. It's a bit of a glitchy situation there. I can't quite actually work out what's happened. But as you see, the ball comes in from Thomas. Pask kicks it. It comes off our defender's foot, somehow falls right back to their lad there, and he just volleys it in. It was one of those goals where, you know, if you play a lot of Football Manager, you know those goals. I was tearing my hair out, I'll be honest. But that leaves us where we are today. So we have obviously got the game coming up against Maidstone in the FA Cup first round replay away from home. So we'll get gate receipts from this, which we desperately need money still. And maybe we'll even get a result there and move ourselves on to the next round. That would be lovely. And then we are going to play the game against Enfield Town at home in the Vanarama South. Just to make things a little bit more interesting in this downturn of form that we've been having, Grant and Walsall have both been handed a further 2-match ban. That's not good. That's not good at all. Sam Osborne's also injured. We're having fun at the minute. We really are. We're having fun with squad depth. All right, so this is a quick look at the team before we go into the Maidstone game. As you can see, we really are having some trouble when it comes to player availability. Miles Roberts is injured at the moment, so he's still not fit to be able to play. You only have to look down here to see everybody's either, one yellow card away from a suspension, not fit at the moment, or already suspended / injured, which we've got with, both of our starting centre-backs injured, starting goalkeepers injured. Sam Osborne, our starting right winger, is not fit, so we're playing Lapsley, who is our starting box-to-box midfielder. We're playing him on the right. It's going to be an interesting game against Maidstone and an interesting period of the season. We're playing a lot of games in quick succession, and we really are struggling with keeping up with the workload. Hopefully, we can get a result here, and if not, we've got some money. Still a minor win. In goalies, Bottomley at left back is Taylor. Wells and Roberts are going to be our starting centre back pair, with Baldwin at right back. Hart and Cool are going to be making up the central midfield pair, with McLean on the left wing, Lapsley on the right wing, and then Hughes and Wesley up top. Benches, everybody near enough that's available. Let's get into the game and hopefully get something out of this in terms of a result. I'll just see, actually, just while we're discussing this, I'll just see on the, where it tells you whether your players are happy with the team selection or not. I've just seen that Connor Roberts is hurt. Why? You're starting a centre-back, pal. What have you got to be upset about? I hurt your feelings because I didn't play you at right back. You play near enough every game, fella. We share a name. Get with it. Come on. Right, come on then, lads. We're up for this today. I'm not confident that we're going to win. Don't get me wrong. We're at their place, and it's already looking bad. Oh, dear. Oh, this could be a massacre. 8 minutes in, they've scored. And Bottomley should have saved that. Miles Roberts saves that. That's the problem with him being injured. Miles Roberts makes that save. Right, come on, let's encourage the boys. Let's pull something back here. We are being absolutely decimated. I've tried to play something a little bit different. I didn't come in with this control possession tactic because I thought that would be slightly mental, trying to control possession at their place. It's going to be silly when they're that much better than we are in terms of, player quality, availability levels. And obviously they're in playoff spots of the league above us, the one that we're looking to probably next season or the season after get promoted to at the end of the season. So yeah, it's been an interesting one. We've gone cautious mentality. We're playing the route one, slightly more defensive tactic. That is absolutely horrendous. How is Ben Bottomley on a 6.9 after that? That's an absolutely atrocious performance. Come on, boys. We've got to have a better second half here, surely. My God. Ben Bottomley's got a hole in his gloves. He really has. Everything that comes anywhere near him goes through his hands, either in the net or that one just went against the post. This is not a good look. We've got to make some changes. We've got to do something after this. How? How? Ben Bottomley is just allergic to catching the ball. Watch this. Ball comes in, head. He's there, man. Or has it come off the bar? He's terrible. And somehow he's getting a 7.1. I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. Right, we've made 5 changes. Chaos, but we have Lorden comes on, Evan Fogarty comes on, and Joe Ostler across the back line. George Lapsley's moved back into central midfield, and Will Dawes has come on the right-hand side, and then Jack Connor has come on as well. Joe Wesley was going to come off, but unfortunately, Joe Wesley was going to come off because he's playing horrendously, but unfortunately, we're giving away a penalty as well. I didn't even realise in all of this chaos. That is an absolute embarrassment away from home. I cannot believe we've been battered the way that we have. I mean, I know we don't have our starting players. Like, our back line from the go was terrible. Ben Bottomley's not our starting goalkeeper, and I don't care what it says. He's not had a 7.2 performance. He has been awful. Awful. We have been terrible. To lose 4-0 3-0. Don't know what I was talking about before. Either way, 3-0, not good. On to the next game. All right, so here we go. We are playing back at home, obviously, against Enfield Town. So we've gone strong lineup. We want to get some points on the board here, and we've got quite a few days between now and when we play Wealdstone again in the FA Trophy. So Miles Roberts is back in, so he's fit again, which is good. He's not fully fit. I mean, should be monitored accordingly. I'm being brave. I don't have a goalkeeper on the bench still. We don't have enough spaces for it in this league. Some reason in this league we've only got 5 subs. 5 subs available, 3 changes. I really thought it would be 7 on the bench at least, even if it was still 3 changes. But 5 to pick from doesn't leave us enough room to have a goalkeeper on there. So we're going to brave it with Miles Roberts in goal. Perry is occupying our left-back spot today. Wells and O'Connor are going to be our starting centre-back pair. With Connor Roberts at right back. Clearly, he was obviously very hurt in the last episode. In the last game. Clearly, he was obviously very hurt in the last game. He had an absolute shocker. So putting him back on his favourite position today. Lapsley and Aaron Cole in central midfield. I have put Aaron Cole on the transfer list. I feel like with Bogle Campbell, we can definitely fill his role for £800 a week less. McLean is occupying that left wing spot, so Will Dawes has come back, but he's still a way away from being fully fit and sharp. So McLean's been playing well, so he starts at left wing. Osborne at right wing, Hughes and Jack Connor up top. Let's get into the game and get a win on the board. That would be nice. We need to cut this bad run of form out now. Right, everybody's happy with the lineup, although Miles Roberts was a bit concerned, but I think that's about the fact of who he's got in front of him in defence. Our form is terrible. Lost 2 draws and 2 losses. So we definitely need to turn this around today. There is no question about that. Enfield Town hopefully will be the team that we can just crush and get a good result on the board. We are still firmly out of the relegation zone, as you can see. Enfield are stuck in it. So by rights, we should be winning this one, especially at home, playing our favourite tactic, which we've been doing all right at. I'll be honest. I was a bit concerned as to whether we would be able to play control possession football, but we've actually done it relatively well. O'Connor with a big header, pulls it down to Hughes. Lapsley over to McLean. Go on, son, do your man. He hasn't quite, but he still managed to get a crossover. Hughes just absolutely whiffs, but somehow has got himself a penalty. Is he going to be the one to take it? Let's have a look. Yes, he is. Charlie Hughes will be the one to take the penalty. Come on, fella. You've stepped up before for us twice in the game. Lovely early goal here would be great. He has buried it as well. Bottom right-hand corner, nice penalty. I thought he'd whiffed, but he must have been pushed. I thought he jumped up in the air and just completely missed his header. Lovely stuff from Charlie Hughes. And to think at the start, when I first came in, I was thinking of getting rid of him and just playing with Wesley and Jack Connor, who seem to alternate between having a good game and a bad game. And I suppose that's one of the things of playing with quite a youthful squad. They're not going to be as consistent as these more experienced heads. And Charlie Hughes has been putting goals away for fun for us this year. So we will definitely be keeping him around. Wells with a big shot from the free kick. It's very interesting that Ben Wells would be taking a free kick for us. Not even our starting centre-back. Lovely ball. Oh, lovely ball across, but it was cut out before it managed to reach Jack Connor's head. Ball comes forward again from... Just clicked on Barnett by accident. You know what that means, don't you? Who is that? My right back. Must be. Must be Connor Roberts. Big ball forward from the goalkeeper. Connor Roberts, some acrobatic kick, manages to send the play forward again. Aaron Cole through to Hughes. Oh, and he's ripped the top of the net open there. Great shot there from Hughes off the back of a lovely ball from Aaron Cole. This is the thing with Aaron Cole. He is a very good player. Bogle Campbell does seem to do okay, though, for that position. He certainly likes to play as an advanced playmaker. Oh, my days. That's ridiculous. How have we left him unmarked there to be able to have that kind of shot? Where's Evan Perry? Why on earth has our left back come to try and take that ball? He's cheering, wasn't he? Wasn't Evan Perry just cheering? Lads. Ben Wells, what's going on here, pal? 6.4 on a yellow card, knackered. You're coming off at half-time. Jack Connor's not having a great game either. There's me talking about people alternating. This should not be 1-1. This should not be 1-1. We need to make a couple of changes. We're going to bring on some more experience in Joe Ostler. He's going to come on for Ben Wells. And we do only have 3 substitutes, so I think Jack Connor on a 6.3 is an absolute embarrassment, I'll be honest. Let's get Joe Wesley up there. We will play him as a poacher. So Joe Wesley is going to start the game for the second half. Jack Connor comes off. And Ben Wells comes off as well, be replaced by Joe Ostler. Really do need to see more from the team here. Evan Perry's picked up a knock. That's not good. Let's go a bit more attacking. Maybe encourage the lads instead of screaming at them. If we get another draw here at home against a team in relegation zone, we are not looking good. We are not looking good. It will be official that these poor run of results have really affected our form and that we're going to struggle to pull it back. We need to secure a win here. Right, ball out to Perry at left back. Holding up the play nicely. Puts a big ball forward. I don't know why we're playing Route 1. That isn't the kind of football that we play anymore, pal. Down to Hughes. Lovely. Hold up the ball. As a shot. And again, it's over the bar. That's twice today. At least he's making efforts, though. He's doing more than most people. Ryan McLean on the left wing is having an absolute mess of a game. It is telling me to bring off Lapsley because Lapsley is tired. But I'm not going to. We need a victory here. Dawes comes on left wing. Hopefully he can change something up. Lapsley to Call. Passes the ball back to O'Connor. Across to Connor Roberts. Sends Osborne, who is onside. Lovely stuff. Tries to put a ball in. Not going to happen. Connor Roberts has been tripped. It's another penalty. Lovely job. Come on, Charlie Hughes. Save the day. 2 penalties today again, though. No goals from open play. And the keeper saved it. And he saved the rebound. What are you doing? Let's go very attacking. I cannot believe that being gifted a penalty like that and somehow we've still not won that game. By far the better team. Controlled more possession, more shots, more on target. 2.79 XG, and somehow we've only managed to put away 1 goal. Wesley and Jack Connor need to sort themselves out when it comes to the finishing. This was an embarrassing game. We should have won this game. I should have enjoyed it while it lasted. Well, we seem to be stuck in a little bit of a rut at the moment with the injuries, suspensions, and everything else we've got going on in terms of form. We're struggling. We really, really are. We're not quite as bad as we were at the start, though. So there's still improvement. We're in 17th spot at the moment, so a few places out of the drop zone, but we are only 3 points ahead of that drop zone. So we do need to be careful, and we do really need our centre-back pair to come back and to stop doing stupid things like both getting sent off in the same game and leaving us in a position where we don't have either of them for 4 matches because the tackles were so bad. Either way, we'll see how we go in the next episode. If you've enjoyed that one and the series so far, please do smash that like button and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with the latest FM23 content.